In this video, I want to talk about the new charges that Rodney Jones has brought up against P Diddy. But before I get into these new charges, I want to first take you back to a video I posted on my channel about 2 months ago, and it's about an incident that happened in 2018. This person, his name is Jonathan. In the clip that I'm going to show you, he is being interviewed by Secret Service, but I want you to listen to what he's saying because P Diddy name is brought up in the conversation. And then after that video, I'm going to show other videos relating to the situation.
The Ciroc agenda, okay, is basically binge drinking poured out on a yacht. Basically, what happens is the hip-hop agenda is an agenda to move drugs all over the United States. You need to report to DEA. They move all the dope, okay, all the dope on private jets, which don't get screened by customs, by DEA inside the United States. Okay, they move what's called high-grade powder MDMA. They move cocaine and they move liquid cocaine in the bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it. I've seen the liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself. Having said Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time. Right, he calls it cheat juice, but it's liquid cocaine. Alright.
You gotta rewind this back. We used to go to when we go to the club, we used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they've been had something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there. So we already knew what the drill was. You just don't mess with them bottles, right? Then all of the girls is in the club after a while. They all running, opening up their mouth like little birds. He just running around just popping pills in their mouth. Pop, pill. And then that was the party. But all of the females that was in it, that's what they wanted. That was what part. It was part of the hip-hop culture. We ain't see nothing wrong with it until Bill Cosby got in trouble. He did one too many. Man, look. Let me tell you something, I don't mean to cut you, this funny. I used to, you know, we used to be on the road, you know, you'd be like, yo, let me go with my Puff room, see what they doing. And you knock on Puff door, he'd be sitting there damn near butt naked. You ever just had a grown-ass man answer his hotel door butt naked and they'd be like, come on in? You'd be like, I'll come back. You ever close your eyes, you'd be like, I guess you're not presentable. And then walk away, because see, what happens is, if they be like, come on in, and then you come on in, they be like, this man just came into my room. I'm sitting there butt-ass naked. I told him to come on in, and he came on in. You be like, so what's going on for the day? Acting like you don't notice he there naked. You be like, bro, put some clothes on. What are you doing? Well, I don't want to see you naked. Grown man stuff. Yo, that's kind of disrespectful. So when you get, that's called the test off. How you make sure you breaking in. Yo, call the artist up here to the room, tell him I want to have a meeting by my tub. He be in there by the tub and stuff, soaking and stuff. Butt-ass naked. You be like, how the hell am I supposed to have a meeting with a butt naked in the tub? Nah, man, come back, man.
Hey, how you doing? So, here today about this latest lawsuit with the P Diddy, Puff Daddy, Puffy, Sean Puffy Combs, whatever you want to call him, lawsuit that has come out involving the producer Lil Rod. So basically his last two lawsuits, or last two major lawsuits, the one with Cassie, she made mention that Puffy made her carry his guns into nightclubs and wherever they went. And he threatened her to make her feel like she had to do so. And while there were lots of things of importance, that stood out to me. And I'm going to tell you why. In this lawsuit with the producer Lil Rod, they were both SA'd by him and threatened and physically harmed. But in this lawsuit, he appears to be a very young producer to me. But he said something very specific. As a means of threatening him, Puffy said, that's why I shut up the club in New York back in 1999 and let Shine take the fall for it. Let me tell you why that's of utmost importance to me. Because I am the woman who he shot in the face in that 1999, December 27th, 1999, Club New York shooting. I have told everyone ad nauseum since then, even the surgeon who did the surgery to take the bullet, I got shot in my face with a 9mm hollow point bullet called killer. I literally have told everyone and never changed what I said. I watched him. I got pow-powed in the face. I watched him fire the... I've said it all this time. Even the surgeon who did my surgery to take out part of the bullet fragments that was aspirating into my lungs and try to remove as many bullet fragments as possible testified in the criminal trial that while they were putting me under, I was screaming, Puffy, pew pew me in the face. He testified in the criminal trial. It is in the record. They all knew he did it. Everybody knew he did it. But he paid off the club bouncer named Sharice and all these other people and the club owners with their video to hide the video. That's his MO. I told everybody that. This man almost took my life, has traumatized my life, has caused undue harm, irreparable damage to my life, lied his behind off. I've had all these youngins on the internet harassing me that I'm making it up that he did it. And look what he did to Little Rod. He threatened him. Oh, you don't think I bust my... I shot the club in Club New York and let Shine take the fall for it. I shot people. Well. It only took 24 whole years for it to come out. You see this tattoo? This commemorates me getting... It took 24 years for him to come out and say it. I've been saying it all along, but y'all pick and choose who y'all want to believe.
Next situation detailed in the lawsuit is from Thanksgiving 2022. It alleges that Young Miami and her female cousins were at Diddy's Miami house, and while there, Rodney was in the bathroom, and Miami's cousin comes into the bathroom and essays Rodney, according to this lawsuit. While living with Diddy, Rodney also says that he was transported from California to New York, Florida, and the Virgin Islands. And during that time, he says he was forced to solicit work. He alleges that on or about February 2nd, 2023, he believes that Diddy gave him something. Rodney says he recalls waking up dizzy and confused and in bed with some workers and Diddy. Rodney goes on to say that on or about February 4th, 2023, Diddy allegedly forced Rodney to bring people back to his Miami, Florida home. Rodney includes some pictures from that day and says he has some video that he can provide to the court.
Rodney Jones claims in his lawsuit that during his time hanging out with Diddy, he captured a ton of video and audio footage of Diddy, his high-profile friends, and members of staff engaging in serious illegal activity. According to court documents obtained by Billboard, Jones accuses Diddy of inappropriate touching without consent and trying to get him involved in these rumored FOs with other men. Diddy even allegedly promised Jones he would win a Grammy for his production work if he, quote, tastes the rainbow, end quote, if you know what I mean. Jones also name-dropped another Love album producer, Stevie J, claiming he also tried to pressure him to take part in the rumored FO sessions. According to Jones, Diddy would order him to scout for certain workers online and then pressure him into doing specific things for Mr. Combs' pleasure. In one alleged incident from February 2023, Jones says he woke up with no clothes on, feeling all disoriented in a bed with two workers and Diddy, and he suspects Diddy might have slipped something into his drink the night before. But hold on, the lawsuit doesn't stop there. It also spills the tea on several big shots, including the higher-ups at a record label who Jones claims enabled Diddy's antics. In his lawsuit, Jones argues that multiple defendants joined forces with Diddy in what he's calling a RICO enterprise. Now, typically, RICO cases go after organized crime groups, and it sounds like Diddy's accuser is saying that's exactly what Diddy's empire is. He even mentioned how Diddy hired people to recruit S-workers and handle substances and weapons from his Miami mansion. According to Jones, Diddy and his crew kept him in check through threats, blocking him from the music scene, and not paying him for the album work. In fact, he claims he still hasn't seen a dime despite producing 9 tracks for the Love album.
Before I get into the conversation, could you please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share? I truly appreciate it. Thank you. As you can see in the videos that you just watched, there's a lot of similarity to what these different people have been saying. The first one I showed you was back in 2018, and then up until now, here we are in 2024. So this has been going on a long time. And if you're listening closely to what the people have been saying, then it kind of rings true to what everybody is saying, because these are different people, different time periods, and different experiences that they're having with P Diddy, but they're similar. So you can see that it can be a lot of truth to what is being said. I can only say allegedly, or I'm going by what was posted in other people's videos when it comes to P Diddy. And if all these allegations are true, he can be looking at a RICO Act, because there's a lot of criminal activities. And in that first video, I'm going to post it somewhere on my video so you can see the full interview that Jonathan did with Secret Service, because he also mentioned other people's names in that video as well, with Cassie and the different things that was going on and how he ended up being in an interview with Secret Service. So I will go ahead and post that video somewhere so you can watch it. When it comes to all these allegations, you know, with the woman saying that he, you know, asked her in the face when she was at the club back in 1999, with Cassie saying that he had blew up Kid Cudi's car, with them saying what happened to Kim Porter, and then also knowing that Cassie had a burner phone that Kim gave her that she turned over to the feds. So it's like you got to think about all this information that these people got, and a lot of times they don't react right away because they're sitting back trying to see exactly what's going on, how much information can we get, who is all involved, how far out, you know, how far does this go. And so with all this information, like I said, back when Jonathan was doing that interview in 2018 until now, that's a lot of information that they're getting about this one man, about Puffy. And so a lot of people, you know, who's associated with him, they're going to have to question about what have they been, where have they been with him, what have they been doing, how have they been involved with him, because it could be a lot of people affected if all this information comes out and if all this information is true. So that's why it's kind of important that you do not idolize people, or you do not just want to be in a person's circle just because of their name, just because of who they are, because you don't know what they're actually doing. And if this is a RICO Act, everybody's going to be pulled in. And even if you're innocent, you're still going to be pulled in. Your name is going to be associated with him. And then you're going to have to kind of try to prove you're innocent. And then there's, you know, there's one thing proving you're innocent to the court of law. Now you got to prove you're innocent to the public, you know, to the people in the public. And they might not be so easily to forgive you or want to listen to what you say. And then that can affect who you are, your business, your income, and everything like that. Because all you have as a person really is your name. And so to protect your name, you have to protect who you associate with. And as always, I like to bring Bible scripture into this. And we have 1 Peter 5:8 ESV. Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. Everybody that was associated with Diddy was there for 2 reasons: money and alcohol and drugs. A lot of people, they do things under being intoxicated they would not normally do if they're not. So being sober-minded is making sure that you're not intoxicated with alcohol, you're not intoxicated with drugs, so you can really make a firm decision as far as what you want to do or not want to do. And like, I'm not blaming the people who was around him, because like they said, some people felt that he, you know, put something in their drink. But if he wasn't drinking alcohol, he could have not put anything in it. So sometimes when you're in social settings, sometimes it's best not to drink at all. You know, just have water or a soda or something like that, and then make sure you always have it. It's always in your hand. You're not putting it down. You're not letting someone bring you a drink. You're like getting a bottle of water and you're opening it, and that's the only thing you're drinking. I know sometimes being in the club, because back in the days, yes, I used to go to the club, and you don't want to be there just with water, drinking water. But in the world that we're living in now, you have to stay sober-minded. You have to be on your P's and Q's and make sure that you're in a surrounding, and if you can, bring someone that you know is on your side, is on your team, that's going to be there for you, who will actually watch your back. Because a lot of these people, they're going into these situations caught up in who the person is and thinking that, oh, this person is not going to do anything to me, or I can just walk away from these people, or whatever the case may be. But sometimes it may not be that easy, or sometimes you're more invested in the end goal. I'll go ahead and put up with this because I know I'm going to get this amount of money in the end. And so you can't be focused on that. You always have to be on your P's and Q's and not be in a situation where a person can take advantage of you. And then we have Mark 8:36. For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul? Once again, you're chasing money, you're chasing fame, you're chasing all this stuff. Sometimes you might not even get it, because a lot of times you see how they say these people take advantage of them. They don't pay them, they use them, they abuse them, then toss them to the side and move on to the next one. So you can't just be around chasing money, chasing fame. You should always put God first, and then He will allow you to get all these things. He will be able to bring these things to you. But when you're running behind man to get these things, you can't guarantee that you will get them, or that he's not going to take advantage of you in the process. And we see this with all these allegations that's been brought up against Diddy. And then we have 2 Timothy 3:1-5. But understand this, that in the last days But understand this, that in the last days there will come times of difficulty. For people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unappeasable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not loving good, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, lovers of pleasures rather than lovers of God, having the appearance of godliness but denying its power. Avoid such people. And everything that I read in that scripture, it applies to Diddy. All these allegations that's coming out against him, it applies to him as a person. So when you see these traits in people, when you see these red flags, when you see these people behaving in a certain type of way, you need to just avoid them, because nothing good is going to come out of that. And as they say in the Bible, you always reap what you sow. So you want to be the type of person who put good things out, because good things will come back to you. And everything they're saying that he's been doing throughout the years is going to eventually come back on him.